All right, well, so here I am with Chat GPT, ready to see how it goes. What happens to have a fantasy chat with virtual AI, virtual intelligence, artificial intelligence? I don't know if, I think this is meant to be more like a sort of computer trying to keep up with human conversation rather than maybe like a Wikipedia go and check facts. But let's see what happens, because something I've been curious about has always been, what is the highest selling fantasy series of all time? And let's see. The highest selling fantasy is Lord of the Rings, which the first, all right, 150 million copies worldwide. All right, I'm a little bit surprised there, because what about the Harry Potter series? What about it? Biggest, okay, 500 million copies against 100. What? That doesn't make sense. So Harry Potter has sold more than Lord of the Rings, right? This thing just contradicted itself. What's going on here? You apologize, but you better. I thought this is this like a HAL Skynet situation where it's just trying to be polite about, okay, hang on. What are the top 10 selling fantasy series of all time? What can you tell me about that? What are the top 10? Estimated selfie. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. Okay, we get that. Oh, check it out. Chronicles of Narnia. Song of Ice and the Wheel of Time, really. Dark Tower, Sword of Truth by Terry Goodkind. Oh, First Law, Mistborn. I'm actually surprised the First Law is up there. This doesn't make sense. This thing. Do you know anything about what about the Dragonlance series? Are you forgetting something crucial and fundamental here? Yes, I know what they are. I know who they are. I know what they do. Yes. Most influential. Yes. But how many copies has it sold, you artificial intelligence machine? Millions. So if it's millions, it's going to be more than Abercrombie and all that. Okay, I think you're failing miserably here, isn't it? I think I'm not. Oh my God, crucial mistake. Okay, HAL, Skynet, whoever you are, you're missing. What about Discworld? Discworld. What about? Does this thing know anything about anything? Long running. Well, it's finished. It's finished because they run the steamroller over the computer. So 80 million. Would you like to reconsider your top 10 selling fantasy series of all time? Because I think you're telling porkies. Come on, HAL, Skynet. In my previous answer, based on current estimate, this was about Terry Pratchett should be included in the list of top of all time. Updated list. Harry Potter, yeah, we know that. I think we can agree on Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Lord of the Rings being the top 2 fantasy series of all time. Narnia, Ice and Fire, Wheel of Time. I don't understand. Wheel of Time. Sword of Truth. No, but you have not. Hal, you're not reconsidering your answer. You're just telling me. Is your list in order? It's not in order, is it? It's not in order. But okay, fine. This may need a bit more tweaking, but I cannot really spend more time with this. Although I am curious, if I ask to regenerate the response, is it going to update the list? I don't know. I'm just going round in circles here. But Wheel of Time. Oh dear, the Wheel of Time. Sword of Truth. But we know that Discworld should be in the top 5, isn't it? Top 6. And then Dragonlance is certainly there. All of a sudden, the inheritance cycle has appeared here. I am curious to press the regenerate response again, but I'm not going to do it because I want to talk about, okay, why is the Wheel of Time so popular? I don't get it. Let's see what it tells me. Still thinking. Okay, no, yeah, okay, Robert Jordan, Brandon Sanderson is an sprawling and epic fantasy that follows a group of characters, blah, 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 which is pretty pony, let's be honest here. The characters are terrible, the relationships between them are terrible, the relationships between them are terrible, everything is terrible about it, okay? Immersive world bit. I disagree with everything here. The world building is, outside of a couple of nations or tribes, whatever you want to call them, is not great. It really isn't great. And the magic system isn't intricate, is it? It's not. Alright. Is the complexity of the characters? They are all a bunch of Mary Sue's and Gary Stu's where everything is given to them. Multiple storylines are creating a rich and the characters so they don't have complex motivation. They don't have any motivations. They just do what the character needs. What the plot needs them to do. What is this rubbish? Making them relatable and really relatable. Matt is relatable. Go away. Yeah, dedicated fan base for sure, but. Okay, complex. It is not a complex plot. It really, and the characters are not engaging, and we've check out my video on why the Wheel of Time sucks, because this is okay. Hang on. Why? So why was Robert Jordan obsessed with breasts? Question mark. Sorry, I need to ask the question. There's something in the Wheel of Time that big female characters in a sexualized way, to say the least. Robert Jordan included many descriptions of female physical attributes. Yes, he did, like all the time. And the discretion. Some readers enjoyed the description of physical. Yeah, because Nynaeve crossed her arms under her breast. Well, every woman did actually. Nynaeve just tucked her braid. The depictions of female characters problematic. It's just awful. It's just really awful. It's awful stuff. But hey ho, what can you do? What can you do? But anyway, so let's move along and ask why what's so good about Malazan? Question mark. Sorry, I got a bit of a cold. It's telling me the same thing. It's telling me about the Wheel of Time. Rich world building, complex characters, intricate plot lines. I don't know. The world building, okay. It's just telling me the same thing. Complex, diverse cultures, civilization, landscapes, blah, blah, blah. Complex and well-developed characters. But it's got to be, isn't it? The series feature a large, each with their own motivations, conflicts and struggles. The characters are nuanced and complex with realistic personalities and flaws that make them relatable and engaging for readers. Yes, it really. Malazan is also known for its intricate and multi-layered plot lines. The series weaves together multiple storylines. These answers are all a little bit samey, aren't they? It's just learned a few things. And it's just spewing the same thing, isn't it? Because let's ask, what is so good about realm of the Elderlings? I bet she's going to tell me the same story. Intricate and emotional storytelling, well-developed characters, and immersive world building. It's all the same thing. Every fantasy series has got immersive world building. I agree, though, that the main strength is the focus on character development. large, diverse, unique personality, motivation, struggles. I cannot read. The world building in the series, highly praised. It's not amazing, is it though? It's not Lord of the Rings level. The series is set in a complex and immersive fantasy world with rich history, intricate magic systems, and unique cultures. Emotional depth and complexity, I would agree with. That is certainly something that Elderlings has got going for itself. Themes of loss, love, grief, and sacrifice, and the characters are put through difficult and heartbreaking trials throughout the series. Yes, because as you all know, robinhobb is the secret grim dark writer that no one knows about. But when you read Elderlings, you will find out that she is Lady Grimdark. Highly regarded for its well-developed characters, intricate world-building, and emotional storytelling. Well, at least here, it's added the emotional storytelling bit. Beloved and influential work of fantasy literature. I would agree with you in here. But again, the reasons are a little bit samey. Let's ask the fundamental question. Why is Discworld the best fantasy series ever written? And there is no argument about this, is there? By Sir Terry Pratchett, it's one of the best fantasy series ever written. Of course it is. Unique blend of fantasy, satire, and humor. Totally true. Vast and intricate world full of magic, strange creatures, epic adventures, humor, and satire that pokes fun at various aspects of real-world society. Yes. Incredibly rich and detailed world building. I don't know about that. It's poking fun at the old Greek and Roman and Egyptian sort of worlds and medieval Britain and so on. But highly regarded for the commentary on real world issues, for sure, absolutely. You got that right, Hal, Skynet, whoever you are. Through its humor and satire, the series often tackles issues such as politics, religion, gender, and race. Yes, much better than any other series I've ever read, maybe with the exception of Elderlings. Unique, okay, just keep on repeating the same thing. Influential, but it's such a unique thing. Okay, who has been influenced by Discworld? Who's been influenced by Discworld? Because I'm not sure here what's cooking. Neil Gaiman, only because they wrote Good Omens together, but that's... Oh, really? Rothfuss did mention it? Interesting. Sanderson. Okay. Jim Butcher, yeah, I can sort of see it. And J.K. Rowling. Okay. Alright. Yes, keep on talking about the unique blend of... It is a bit repetitive. Hal, you're not a great conversationalist. If we were on a speed date... Well, I don't know if I would have ditched you already, because you've at least saying some things that make sense. Helped shape the genre and inspire a new generation of writers. All right. Good. Let's get a little bit saucy. So what is the issue with Terry Goodkind? Because I know he got criticized for a few things, but I'm not entirely sure actually what the ins and outs are. Right, backlash and criticism. When Goodkind posted an insulting message on his there's a cover artist who had designed book cover, well, that's a bit of an arseholy move, isn't it, Terry? Inserting his personal political and philosophical views into his novels. I don't mind. It's his book. He can do whatever he wants. I don't care what his politics are. I mean, if I like him or if I don't have an issue with them, I'll read it. And if I have an issue with it, I'll put it down. But that's his prerogative. Oh, wow. Plagiarism. That's not great. Despite these controversies, Goodkind had a loyal following. Everyone's got a loyal following, isn't it? Okay. Ooh. Shall we? What did Michael Moorcock say about Lord of the Rings? What did he say? Because I think he was very critical of Lord of the Rings, Moorcock. He was critical that he respects... You better respect Tolkien and acknowledge... Well, how could you ignore the importance of the genre? Overly romantic and nostalgic, nothing wrong with that. Who said romanticism is dead? Reinforces traditional gender roles and social hierarchies. Maybe. Based on an overview of European mythology and culture. Tolkien was pretty European. In contrast, Morco has championed works that challenge traditional fantasy tropes and explore more complex and diverse themes. That's fair enough. If that's where your fancy takes you and that's what you're into, I suppose that's okay. Yes, Elric, the Eternal Champion, which I've been reviewing in the channel recently, morally ambiguous characters and explore themes of power, identity, and then I suppose I haven't actually read whatever Moorcock's about. According to this, I can see if that's what you think fantasy should be, that's what you're leaning to. That is okay. That's okay. Let's get a little bit silly. Here. When is Winds of Winter coming out? When is Winds of Winter coming out? This is the 6th novel, right? He's working on the book. Okay. I've got intentions of writing the best fantasy series ever, but unclear when the book will be released. But well, I don't know if we are eagerly waiting anymore. I think we now think that whenever we get something, it'll be great. But we rather he stopped working on everything else and just finish his magnum opus. Anyway, let's get a little bit saucy. When is the Thorn? I'm looking forward to this. The Thorn of Emberlane coming out. What do you know about the Thorn of Emberlane? Knowledge cut-off date is September 2021. Oh, does it mean that this AI HAL Skynet thing stops anything, doesn't know anything that happened after September 2021? Health issues and personal struggles. Okay. Still working on the book and making progress, but you're taking and the challenge of writing during global How is it hard to write during a global pandemic? You are at home writing. You cannot go anyway. All right, sorry. It's currently unclear when the book will be released by fans. Yeah, we are all eagerly awaiting. Let's not get personal. Let's not ask what Scott Lynch's problems were. We don't need to go there. All right. Who is the most famous booktuber in the world? Does he even know what a booktuber is? Christine Riccio, who is known online as Paul and Bananas Books. With over 500,000 subscribers. Energetic and enthusiastic personality, just like me. And for her wide-ranging book recommendations and reviews, she has also polished her. They all do. They all start as booktubers and then they just push their own book once they got a fan base. Other notable booktubers with large followings include Ariel Bisset, Jean Bookish Thoughts, Jean or Jean, and Jesse the Reader, among others. Regenerate response. Come on, what about Jose's Amazing Worlds? Okay, now it's changed mine to Ariel Bisset, Christine Riccio, Emma Giordano, Sasha Alsberg. I guess I'm never gonna be there. Interesting. No, do we wanna go? No, let's not get all with the weird, kinky questions. Okay. What are the fundamental fantasy series to read before you die? HAL Skynet thing. What do you recommend? What would you recommend? You don't have personal beliefs or opinions? No. Lord of the Rings, Song of Ice and Fire. Yeah. No, don't read Wheel of Time, people. People don't read Wheel of Time. Earthsea, I don't rate Earthsea. Me. Narnia, no. The Belgaria by David Ames. Malazan. Interesting. Fantastic series on the age. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I think your choices are very middle of the road. Widely known information and popular opinion. You're just a popular opinion person, aren't you? If you have any specific preference or recommendation for essential fantasy, feel free to let me know. Okay, I want to know the best werewolf sexy fantasy series. No, it's for my wife, you understand, right? This is not for me. Impartial and respectful. Where goes Robert? Yes. May have different. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. The Mercy Thompson series, the Shifter series, the Dark Divine. Also, oh, there you go. Contain mature themes and content not suitable for all readers. Okay, I shall pass this on to Mrs. Amazing, shall we say? Okay. And then finally, video that has been fairly popular for my channel, but what is the deal with the slob? I don't understand extreme horror. Okay, yeah, yes, the extreme horror book. The extreme horror book. Yes. What's it doing? There's 3 dots at the bottom. Is it thinking? What's happening? Come on, Hal. What is happening here? Doesn't know. Hey, what? Doesn't reading anything. What is it doing? Ah. You need to give up with every book. You don't. You're not familiar with the slob. Yes, it does have very graphic and disturbing violent sexual. Yes, indeed, and yes. It's not. No, you're right. It's not suitable for all readers, and it's important. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because I had to put it down. So people do not read the slob. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave it for here for today. This was a weird thing I've done on a boring Monday night. So let's see what happens.